My lord, what I gave to the lawyers was the 13th edition.
They chose to give us 11th. How about nights forensics? Did you avail it?
Yes, I did. I availed it to the lawyers.
Okay. Now, in the meantime, my lord, let me have my copy. My lord, because the witness specifically mentioned 13, and he says he disclosed it to counsel, and counsel chose to give us something else. We have volunteered to transmit the 13th edition. I've disclosed it electronically to all counsel. My lord, I have also availed the electronic copy to the court through the clerk. I've just sent it now. And the doctor, you already have it. My lord, we shall cross-examine the doctor on the materials he cited himself much later. The reason I do that is to give, we can wind up with it so that I give the parties time to verify whether what I have availed is what the doctor meant. But for avoidance of doubt, my lord, this particular one on nights, may we request if, because whereas I got Simpsons, we are suppressing it.
Of the nights.
That's perfect. On our end of our numbers, most of that. Doctor, we shall come back to your materials later. Because we are also waiting for a compliant laptop so that we can have it. I now want to ask to go back to your report. My Lord, I could pray for the report. Defense exhibit. The 121? 129. Yes, 28. Yes. Doctor, can you go to page 12 on defense exhibit 28? 28, my God. Are you there?
Yes, my lord.
Can you read to quote the fourth bulletin?
Uh, my lord, the first bullet says the chances that a bullet fired anywhere through the left side of the head will exit exactly through the right ear are extremely rare.
The fifth bulletin?
The chances that a bullet fired through the right ear will exit anywhere on the right side of the head are very high, as in this case.
Doctor, do you have any scientific basis for any of those two observations you made?
My lord, it's common sense.
So I would be, for avoidance of doubt, be correct to say that your observation as to where the exit and entry wound should have been. Is not a scientifically researched position. You simply apply common sense.
That's right, my lord.
Just maybe we could have the question again. Sorry, I missed the question. Are you saying the entire basis of what he's saying, or just I missed that part?
My observation as to where the exit and entry room should have been is not a scientific research position, simply applied common sense.
That's what I want to clarify. Is that on that particular, on those 2 bullet points, or on the entire?
My lord, it's on those 2 bullet
Doctor,
points.
we are not about to ask you yet.
Okay.
This is for us, for court.
Okay.
It's important.
The question was asked as to whether his observations on the exit and entry rooms is not a scientifically researched position.
But I think it was based on those 2 points. I think the questions before, that's what I wanted to clarify. Whether my colleague is asking generally or about those 2 points.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes, my lord.
there's a question from defense.
Yes.
Whether that question is on the basis is based on the 2 bullet points 4 and 5, or it is on general.
My lord, my questions are specific. I have not yet asked general questions. And the witness seems not to be confused as to what he's answering. You authored this book yourself. My lord, medicine, the law, and you. This is your book.
That's right, my lord.
In this book,
So, Madam, could we also have a copy of the pages you're going to refer to?
please, let me ask.
But I think my note is important that follow.
What page?
My lord, for now, my question is on the book. I will come to the page.
I don't need to follow. Just take a picture and send that.
Mr. Morgan,
Doctor, do you have a copy of this book? This your book with you?
No, my lord.
Did you have very little defense? Because you quoted it. And the reason I'm asking you about this book is you quoted it as part of the basis for your expertise in your own report, right?
That's right.
This is your client.
so what page is it?
My lord, I will refer to many pages, but for now, this is the book.
Well, if we could just be a paid copy, really we need to follow. We can't be blind. It's not fair.
Are you asking for?
A copy of the book?
What we're going to refer to.
Yes. My lord, this book forms the basis
The report.
of the report. The report is not our report.
The book is authored by the witness.
And
The witness referred to it in his
Report.
report. You could, as you ask, mention the page.
I will, my lord.
No, my lord, we need to see what is what. My lord, we can't be having the same material. It's not fair.
Mr. Morgan, do you have another copy of the book?
Doctor, do you have a copy of the book?
I have it at home, my lord.
Do you have an electronic copy to share with the council?
I don't know whether I have an electronic copy that I can share.
Can you check?
You want to check?
I can check,
Okay.
but
Please.
what was finally published
is what is here.
Yes.
Yes, so check.
The publishers have that final electronic copy. That's what I'm saying.
So you
I don't have the final electronic copy that was used for printing that book.
Okay.
But there's a, so let's move like this. He will mention the page.
Then I give it to you.
Yes.
So let's go, let's see.
After asking the question,
Then
you
I-
say it is on page this.
Yes.
We will have a
Okay. Doctor, in this book, you observe generally and highlight some of the factors why they are unreliable or conflicting expert opinions.
That's
Especially
right.
in the area of pathology.
That's right, my lord.
And you highlight some of those factors on page 32 of the report. Of the book. I shall pass it over if you like, but it's your book, you know. Correct?
That's right.
One of those factors you cite is lack of experience, knowledge, and adequate training.
That's right, my lord.
The other factor is carrying out medical procedures and investigations carelessly and recklessly.
That's right, my lord.
In other words, my lord, when an expert does any of these things, he is likely to give may, yeah? Sorry?
You give me evidence. I don't know if my colleague clarification constitutes evidence or a question
No.
or a submission. I don't know what it
It's
is.
not being recorded. We are recording
Relax.
exactly what is said by the expert in this book.
His own words.
The other factor is the failure to have a scientific basis for the conclusions drawn. Correct?
That's right, my lord.
Of course, the other factor is the lack of personal integrity. Correct?
That's right, my lord.
And the other is that you list is failure to correlate scientific findings with the circumstances of the case,
That's right, my lord.
among others. So now that is clear from your testimony that these particular conclusions are not born in science, but common sense. How do you want this court to regard them?
And will you be clear on the conclusions that my doctor is talking about?
The conclusions are two. He read them out, and it's what I'm traversing, my lord.
My lord, science is based on common sense.
Okay.
What was the question again?
My lord, my question was now that his two conclusions are not born in science, but common sense, what he calls common sense. How does he want this court to regard them? And his answer is that, according to a good doctor, science is born based on common sense.
That's right, my lord.
Doctor, have you undertaken any personal validated research to validate your common sense on these two aspects?
I'm just observing
Have
it.
you or you have not? You're just doing it right now in court.
Yeah, I'm observing it.
Not validated.
I may validate it, but I'm observing it in front of me.
Is it validated or not?
I will validate it.
You will later.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, let's put right there.
What is the question?
My lord, if I could just, is my colleague asking about are we asking about the entry being on the left temple? It's difficult to come out of the right ear, and on the right ear, it goes through the left
I
side
think
of the
we're
head.
on bullet 4 and 5.
Yes.
So we're on bullet 4 and 5.
Yes.
That one.
On page
I
12.
think that's what he's
So
asking
now,
about.
what was your question?
I'm asking him
He's saying whether that's a validated study.
Oh, please, let's allow the prosecution to give the
whether him as a scientist, he has undertaken any scientific studies and validated any of his two points, which he now says are based on common sense. And my lord, he says he will validate. So I would be correct to say that what you are telling, what you just wrote in your report, bullet 4 and 5, page 12, you have not yet validated.
My lord, I
Those
stand by
conclusions.
these points. I stand by these 2 points.
Doctor, you will answer please to my questions directly. I will
Okay.
ask whether you stand by them or not. For now, I am talking about validation, and as a scientist, I believe you know what I mean.
And if we ask you, then maybe you should
So-
clarify it for us.
I will be correct to say that before you made these conclusions, as you wrote the report, these were not validated through any scientific process.
Well, I'm so sorry to keep interrupting my colleague, but I think when we talk about validation, I think maybe to be really can understand what he means.
Does the witness understand? Do you understand what
Even us, we need to
validation is?
understand.
I will, please.
Yeah.
Do
My lord,
you understand what
I'll
validation is?
actually be happy for him to clarify what he means.
Okay, doctor, you will now first tell this court as a scientist whether you understand what we mean by validation of scientific research. Do you or you don't?
What do you understand? So that I know.
I am not here to answer your questions, unfortunately, doctor. Tell this court whether you understand scientific validation of research or not.
Yes, I do.
How do you understand it?
My lord, a very common thing, common sense. If they say a person has 2 ears, a normal person has 2 ears, do I need scientific research or validation to know that a normal person has 2 ears? I think that is
So
a common sense approach.
what is scientific validation?
How do you understand it?
It is an independent scientific validation is an independent confirmation of a fact.
Thank you. In other words, scientific conclusions must be independently investigated, verified, and validated before they can pass out as a reliable source of information or conclusion. Correct?
That's right, my lord.
Scientific? Mr. Morgan, scientific?
My lord, scientific findings must be investigated, verified, and validated before they can be relied upon.
Yeah, that's right.
But are those all scientific findings, academic scientific findings?
My lord, it is going to be
The
very
question
difficult.
is to the witness. Let the witness answer.
Most obliged.
You will come back to those issues in re-examination if you feel that you need to get clarification.
So, doctor, when are you validating these two positions in bullet 4 and 5?
My lord,
By when I'm requiring time or period.
my lord, these points.
Did you understand the question?
Yes, I do.
When?
They do not need to be independently validated, my lord. They do not need to be independently validated.
Has this your common sense been applied by any of your peers in any publication?
Every day, my lord,
Which
every
one?
day we do this. We apply common sense.
No. You didn't understand me again. May I just repeat? Doctor, today just for your information, we intend to finish your cross-examination today. Don't want to keep you here longer. And we request that you listen, provide simple, direct answers so that we move. And like I said last time, we are just here for a simple job. Ask direct questions, we require direct answers to the court. Okay?
That's right.
So these bullet 4 and 5, which are derived from your personal common sense, have they been applied in any peer-reviewed scientific material, to your knowledge?
I don't know. I don't know, my lord.
Do you still believe in what you wrote in your book on page 32? That failure to have a scientific basis for conclusions drawn is, for lack of a better word, unreliable.
That's right, my lord.
You still believe in it?
Right, my lord.
Dr. No, bullet 3. You say a reconstruction of the causation of the two wounds on the head invariably points to suicide and practically rules out homicide.
That's right, my lord.
Can you confirm to this court that you are not an eyewitness to this incident, the murder incident of Katanga? Are you?
My lord.
Are you or you are not?
Can that question be rephrased? Because you are saying murder. I think that's what the court is here to find. Just say the death of Katanga.
Doctor, will you provide an answer to my question? And please avoid through court, my lord, I will advise doctor to avoid engaging us in these counter arguments. He is here to answer questions.
Or not an eyewitness?
No.
My lord, the point the doctor makes is legitimate. I think we can't just be throwing around terms.
Mr. Katanga, let's not go there, please. We want to treat this doctor with all courtesy that we can exercise. We are only requiring that he exhibits, he reciprocates. Please don't engage me.
Doctor, are you an eyewitness?
Kindly.
No. I didn't. No, I didn't witness the death of the
So
late
are you
Katanga.
an eyewitness or not?
I was not an eyewitness to the death of Katanga.
Doctor,
I wasn't.
are you or you are not?
I was not.
Please.
That's what I'm saying.
So this, your conclusion, is based on photo viewing.
No. It is not.
What is the basis for this, your conclusion? Number one,
The position of the wounds. Number two, a reconstruction which was carried out here in court.
number three,
Yeah, those.
so you are saying that you reconstructed the scene of this crime in court here. Is that?
My lord, what I've written here is...
Doctor, did you understand my question? I am yet to refer to what you wrote. I've asked you a specific question. Are you telling this court that you reconstructed this crime scene in court here?
No, my lord. No, my lord.
So where did you reconstruct this crime scene?
I only reconstructed possession of the two wounds.
You reconstructed what?
The possession of the two wounds.
So you reconstructed the position of the two wounds on the body of Katanga in court here,
That's right, my lord.
using the three volunteers before court.
That's right, my lord.
And this is the only time you undertook that reconstruction of the position of the wounds.
That was not the only time.
How many times have you reconstructed the position of the two wounds?
When I went through the evidence that was disclosed, my lord, I did it in my mind. And that's how I produced it here in court.
So if I get you well, the first reconstruction was in your mind.
That's right,
The
my
second
lord.
reconstruction was using the three volunteers here.
That's right, my lord.
So the question is simple. What informed your mental reconstruction of the possession of the two wounds?
My lord, I am a trained forensic pathologist.
That's why I'm asking you.
Yes.
So this court, according to your training,
My experience.
what
my lord.
informed?
My experience, my lord.
So you just imagined by virtue of your experience, correct?
Yes.
So I want to imagine that you never applied the photographs. You only applied your experience. Did you or you did not?
Of course, I use the photographs.
Other than the photographs, did you use anything else for your mental reconstruction?
A toy pistol, my lord.
What else?
My hands, my lord.
Sorry?
My hands, my lord.
What else?
Those are the main ones, my lord.
You never visited the actual scene of crime, did you?
No, I did not, my lord.
You never saw, for emphasis, the actual body, did you?
No, my lord, I didn't.
You never interviewed and had an oral account of any eyewitness, did you?
No, my lord.
So your reconstruction was imaginary and not based on direct evidence, is it?
It was based on the evidence disclosed by the prosecution, my lord.
Doctor, I know that in your studies you undertook patient or client diagnosis. You have an idea about what that means.
My lord, yes, I do.
How do you understand it?
Diagnosis, my lord, means arriving at a conclusion uh, based on the history and examination investigations, and then you can be able to say this person has this disease.
Does it also include physical examination of the subject?
Not always, my lord.
Are you a psychiatrist?
I am not, my lord.
It is psychiatrists that are trained to diagnose mental sickness, correct?
Specifically, yes, that's right, my lord.
You earlier told this court that you reviewed disclosed policy statements of prosecution witness.
That's right, my lord.
Is it in your knowledge that any of them testified in this court?
I don't know, lord.
In the same vein, will I be correct to say that you also don't know how close they were with the deceased?
No, my lord, I don't know.
You also couldn't know how long and often they interacted with the deceased.
No, my lord, I don't know.
You could not also know whether what is contained in their statement was partial or complete story of the deceased's circumstances.
Definitely not, my lord.
In fact, you could not know whether what is contained in their statement was true or not.
I do not know whether it was true or not.
Maybe some interpretation from what you understand.
Kizibwe nti aliho ebitabo ebyalekera tugambire okutumalirira ekiro ekyasembereyo wiiki yahoire kandi ebimuhali ebyo bikaba bisabirwa abiheerezeeyo basobole kuba nibabyetegereza kusingaho
n'okumanya kwogera bikozesa. Ebitabo bino ebimu bitirungirweho but haliyo ebimu ebitakayizire baitu mukihandiiko kye kyakozere ekiri kizibiti ky'olubajja olutunganirizi lwa bunyegerwa harupapula 28 ekinamba 28 kandi harupapula 12 tukoleka nti esesi eriteirwe okuruga eriteirwe hamukye okuruga hansi hona tikiri okuruga hamukono gw'omubeso tikiri ngu mpaka linakuturukira harubaju olw'obulyo kandi gali mazima nti emigisa nti kuturukira harubaju lw'obulyo eritaito muno baitu kandi akuba libalirasire okuruga mukono gw'obulyo kyangu muno okuturukira hali kona hali nikagondeze kandi kino baitu tikigumizibwe okuseruliza kwa magezi baitu omukwetegereza okumanya okwabulihiro kw'omuntu weena okwaina niho yasigikire okuhandiika rundi okumalirira nagamba ati kandi omukitabu kyekindi we wenyine kyahandiikire we nk'omuntu ekikwata hali ebyo emibazi ebyo biragiro n'omuntu akoleka nti haliho ebintu ebina okuhonderwa akuba omuntu onakora encwa muno hali ebyokukaguzaho ebyarafu harupapula 32 aina haliho ebintu ebindi ebisobola okukoora ekihandiiko ekikozerwe hali ebintu nk'ebyo okugezesa nka obumanyi bw'omuntu hali ekintu ekyo ekyakuserulizaho amagezi ge kandi nokuba talina kutendeke olundi okuba atakozere ebyokwekaguza bulungi kandi olundi kakuba aba atalina obwesimbu kandi omukumalirwa kwe ayina okumalirwa kwe kuwona ebintu ebyamalirize nagamba hali ebintu bino byona ebyaserulirizeho byona tibirugire hali omubinu ebyagambireho mu kitabu kye baitu omukumanya okwa buli kiro kandi wenka omuntu atatwale rundi atendekeiwe omukwetegereza rundi omukwetegereza ebintu nka bino baitu ebyokuseruliriza okwa sayansi tumanyisibwe nti binakuba byetegerezibwe kandi bikirizibwe kandi bigumizibwe bitakabaire kuba nibisigikirwaho omu kintu kyona kandi tutakumanya ntiko amazima nti okumanya kwa buli muntu kukaherwayo hali uwe ebitekerezo ebyahaire wakaba omugarukamu ebikooya bya hamutwe ogw'omugenzi akoleka nti mazimako kutabe kwiyita baitu kukaba kwiyita kyonka kandi bwe atabeyo ali byabeerireho olundi omukishoga kino hali byabaire baitu kusigikira hali ekikalo hali ebikooya byabaire we nikwo yamalire nagamba nti nibyo yafuniremu okwetegereza kwe kandi okwoleka ebikooya bino ali byabaire akabanza kukikoora mu bwongo bwe nikwo yasobola okukyoleka omu lwekaro lw'amateeka hano obwakaba nakusobola ebiro ebihingwireho okumanyirwa kwe nikwo kwakizire okumuheereza encwamu eyeyatwiremu kandi mu bitu byakozeize akakozesa ekikusisana nka ekyokulwanyisa ekya pisto hamwe n'emikono ye baitu ataikeho akiikaro kino okwetegereza kibyo olundi okubuura ebimu alaba babaireho ebibabalize kandi amazima gali nti uwe tali daktari kebeera bemitwe olundi akusobola kumanya nti ono obwongo bwe tibukola kulungi akuba tali mutendeke. Ebyo ebintu baitu aketegereza ebihandiiko by'abantu ababaireho ebibahandikire luno ebibakozere kandi takumanya nti bakahaho obwakaiso mu lukalo luno lw'amateeka. Kandi ekikulu muno nti takumanya omulimu ogwabaire bali haihi n'omugenzi olundi n'obusumi obwamazire nibakola nawe lundi nibabaza nawe, baitu kandi aketegereza nti ebiri nakyo takukimanya nti ebiri mu bihandiiko bino bisobola kuba bitali nibyo byona ebyabaireho, kandi takumanya n'okumanya nti ebihandiiko binuko by'amazima.
Dr. Sylvester, I know that as a forensic pathologist, you are trained to investigate possible causes of death, including through observation of materials at the scene of the actual scene of crime, correct?
Oh, that's right, my lord.
And you will agree with me that in forensic pathology, anything that is capable of explaining the cause of death at the scene is evidence.
That's right, my lord.
In death investigations, for example, the position of the body, how you find the body, is in itself evidence.
That's right, my lord.
Where you find the firearm, for example, that positioning is in itself evidence.
That's right, my lord.
The presence or lack of it, of say blood, is in itself evidence.
That's right, my lord.
To summarize it all, the entire appearance of the scene of crime in its original form is, for purposes of death investigation, a critical piece of evidence.
That's right, my lord.
And if anyone alters any of the natural settings, you can, in your field of expertise, conclude that evidence was tampered with.
Objection, my lord. I think that question is inviting the witness to speculate. He's unable, as a doctor, to say crime scene was tampered with, destroyed. So he's leading him to speculate. That can't be the path for pathologists.
He's a pathologist.
Yes.
And he's being led on things that help the pathologist to arrive at a conclusion. So how is that speculation?
His last question, he was going, the initial question,
The last
was
question.
until that last question. The last question, yes, it's telling him that there is a natural setting, and if they change it, have they destroyed evidence? And he's inviting him to speculate to say yes or no. Whichever answer he gives, that's the speculation.
As a pathologist, if you found that the scene has been tampered with, will that affect your findings? Is that speculation?
I don't think that is a fact.
If that's a fact,
If that is a fact.
that this one did it. So my lord, the initial as a forensic pathologist, they deliver for you a body, not the scene. So and if you go to the scene, then you can't whatever the answer, yes or no, is inviting the witness to speculate. Even Ambayo himself who came and did that report, the pathology report, the postmortem, refused to speculate on that issue. Says, me, I dealt with the body. Don't take me to what happened at the scene. I dealt with the body and the request for postmortem. I will limit my understanding around that. So you can't invite this one to begin speculating.
An expert witness, should you go to tell us what happened? Yes, he's an expert from his expertise.
See, my lord,
I don't think that is speculation.
it is my lord, because you see, my lord, Dr. Mbai is the one who carried out the postmortem in this matter, right? But they carefully never took him that kind of question. If indeed they want to put this to him, that would have been put to Ambayo, who carried out the postmortem examination on the body of the deceased.
The doctor,
So they can't put that one to him.
the doctor is an expert. He's a pathologist.
You see,
When you're doing your forensic pathology, and you come across a scene where things have changed, things have been moved. Yes, then that's what they've asked him. The questions arise. That question is arising from this question. The position where the body is found in itself evidence, where the firearm is found is in itself evidence. The presence or lack of blood is in itself evidence. The entire appearance of the scene of the crime in itself evidence. In its original form is for purposes of death investigations a critical piece of evidence. So if all that is not speculation, how is the conclusion speculation?
No, my lord, an expert must only give evidence on what he knows, what is presented to him. What may happen in this world about the million possibilities of things is completely off limit. Completely. So you can't say, supposing you go to Kabare, which has a lot of hills, which deer do you use? He has never been to Kabare.
But that's an expert. Let us investigate what an expert can and cannot answer. Because an expert is a special kind of witness.
Yes,
An
my lord.
expert is not an ordinary witness.
Yes, yes. With the greatest
Can we-
respect, my lord, even an expert is not allowed to speculate in court. That's not evidence. He can only make conclusions on his own evidence. Things that factually observed, done, or heard himself. Not about other possibilities. Because that's useless. Whichever way you answer, it is still speculation. So you cannot ask him about what other people may have done or may not have done when he was not there, when he knows no factual information about it. That would be speculation. My Lord, with greatest respect.
if I may add my lord to that, when you look at Dr. Ambayo's report, nowhere there any reference to the scene of crime. Nothing. Yes, even pretextable. There is no reference to the scene of crime. Only deals with what has been presented to him for examination. And then he comes up with his own conclusion. Yeah, we are done. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Mwaganya, you have a citation for us?
My Lord, before the citation, the witness, my Lord, before this court
Yes.
is a defense witness. In his evidence, he has not just testified about issues of common sense, which ordinarily are speculative. He has also testified about issues of third parties in terms of reviewing of statements, watching photographs taken by other people, and formed opinions. My Lord, the reason we did not object is because experts can have a wide area of either science or an art from which they can form opinions. Whether or not their opinions are believed, my Lord, is a question for court. In this case, the questions we are putting to him, my Lord, are issues of science, forensic science. And we began from the point where, according to forensic science, what constitutes evidence. And he has already listed all manner of things, both visible and invisible, that constitute evidence in forensic science. Now, we seek his opinion as a forensic pathologist. If any of these are misplaced or altered or erased, whether or not that would not constitute destruction or alteration of it. I wrote under section 43, I believe. Of the Evidence Act. Experts have wide leverage to make commentary not just on questions of foreign law or any science or art. They can't be limited. The only justifiable objection, my Lord, is if the question touches on a field outside the witness's field of expertise. In this case, my Lord, the witness before you is an investigator of issues to do with death and what causes the same. In this case, my Lord, he is free to give his opinion, which we can test either way, and there is no prejudice to either part. And for us, we would be comfortable, my Lord, with any answer. Any answer he gives us, gives this court, be good enough. My Lord, I pray that he answers the question.
Yes.
We enjoyed that and shot in my lodge. Witness said, not this is the sin. That simply means is knows nothing about the sin. How can you ask him about the sin?
The prosecution, in leading the witness, in cross-examining the witness, asked whether when there is a change in the scene, it affects the outcome of the investigation. The defense objected and stated that this line of questioning calls for speculation. Arguing that the witness has stated that he did not visit the scene of the crime and therefore asking a question about the scene of the crime would be to invite speculation. Speculation calls for guesswork, assumption, or misinterpreting someone else's statement. Prosecution relied on Section 43 of the Evidence Act, which provides for expert witness to provide opinions as to a scientific fact by, in this case, a person skilled in science. The question on the effect of the alteration of the state of the crime scene and its impact on the outcome of the inquiry is a question inviting the opinion of the witness, who is an expert in forensic examination. What the prosecution is soliciting from the witness is his opinion in all as a specific set of circumstances. Cannot be said that the question is inviting the witness to guess, assume, or misinterpret a set. What is being sought for is his opinion, and the question is that.
You still remember the question?
Yes, my lord.
What is the answer?
A yes or no is not an opinion. If this court seeks my opinion, then can I just give the court my opinion?
Unfortunately,
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
let him answer and give his opinion.
my lord, I shall get there. I shall get there. Because it's on who I advised. If we leave him to lecture us, we would not leave this place. Just please.
My lord, I thought you guided that let the witness answer.
Yes, and
he's
the
trying to
witness
give
has
his answer,
stated
so
that he cannot give a yes or no answer.
Yes,
He needs
he was
to
going
give
ahead.
his opinion.
Yes, but
Yes.
counsel should not then guard him.
You can't give a yes or no answer to what question?
What you ask?
Which one? Do you want me to repeat it? Do you still remember what I asked it?
Let Mr. Morgan ask the question.
Doctor, do you want me to ask the question again?
My lord.
You remember?
You still
Yes,
remember the question?
I remember.
What is the question?
It's about alteration of a crime scene, whether it can affect the cause of death or my findings.
So the question is that
Let Mr. Morgan repeat that.
Yeah, you repeat.
Doctor, will any alteration or destruction of any of the pieces of evidence you have listed affect your findings? That doesn't require an explanation. The explanation will come. My lord, the explanation will come.
Let him answer.
My lord, the explanation will be required depending on the answer he provides, whether it affects or not. That's where I want to begin from, my lord. If he says it affects,
okay,
then we will take him on there.
Doctor, you answer. You say it can have a yes or no answer.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
It may be yes or no.
So let's go by the yes first.
So let him answer. Mr. Morgan.
Who's saying that?
Mr. Morgan, let the witness answer. No, Mr. Carlos. Mr. Kalwanga, no. Mr. Mwakanya, let the witness answer.
Yes.
Answer yes and a bit of an opinion. If no, and because you said it can have yes or no.
That's
So
right,
you
my
answer
lord.
in
So
that
let's
manner
begin.
that we will
So
know.
let's begin with the yes. How will it affect?
With the yes, if I am taken to the scene, if I, the pathologist, go to the scene, and then the scene,
Actually, my lord, to let him know, I know he was confused by our arguments. I am talking about scene investigation. So assume that you are investigating death at the scene. There is no other scenario I'm looking for. Scene. My question was very, very, very categorical. My line of questioning is categorical. So don't be confused by our English here. I am asking about your pathology at the scene.
right?
At the scene. So there is no alternative.
Just,
So yes,
I
at the
must
scene.
admit that I am a bit lost.
Okay.
My lord,
My lord, the confusion is
my lord,
already.
my lord, just give me one
Yeah, but
second.
I'm making a
Please,
statement.
if you could just give me 1 second.
Just a minute,
I'm
Mr.
also a bit
Karuhanga,
confused, so
please.
maybe you can help clarify for me.
I am the only one who can save you from that confusion.
Yeah, so let me tell you the
So-
Mr.
No, just one
Kalwanga,
sentence.
let's wait.
I have just one sentence, my lord.
But let's hear Mr. Mwakanya.
My lord, just one sentence. You seem confused. Yes,
Just a moment. Yes, Mr.
Our questions are very, very intentional. Now that the problem we are running into is for the defense to imagine what we are supposed to be asking. And that's very dangerous. Because you can't know unless we have asked it. My questions are on issues of actual scene of crime. Issues at the scene of crime. Not in the mortuary, not in the lab. And my questions, my lord, as you can see, the pieces of evidence I have just pieces of evidence that can only be found at the scene of crime. General appearance of the scene, blood at the scene, position of the body. These can only be at the scene.
So let the witness answer with his opinion.
but my lord, if I may,
Yes, Mr. Kalwanga.
Mr. Mwaganya asked the witness, as a forensic pathologist, would that destruction or alteration of evidence affect? So that question, that my lord gave a Then the witness said that he cannot answer that question yes or no, because a yes or no is not an opinion. The witness then began explaining if I am taken to the scene as a pathologist. So my confusion is Mr. Mwaganya abandoning the question that he asked?
There is no question I am abandoning, my lord. Secondly, my question is of a general nature. Now, the defense, with due respect, seems to be going specific. I have not asked any specific questions regarding the Katanga scene.
So
I am asking about general.
the witness
Scene.
has started as answering.
Yes.
Alteration or destruction of any of the pieces of evidence listed will affect the finding if I am taken to the scene.
And that's why,
as
my
a
lord,
pathologist.
I came
Then
in
that's
to
your-
say, please, to clear his confusion is
It's not confusion.
Mr. Kalwanga, let him speak. It's your opportunity to have something.
Doctor, please don't be confused that this question is intended
Mr.
for the.
Mwaganya, he had reached that point of if I am taken to the scene as a pathologist. No, let him finish the question.
My lord, I am objecting to the if, because my question is specific. My question is not hypothetical. You can only use if we are dealing with scenarios.
But
My
that is-
question is scenario
Mr.
specific.
Mwaganya, that is his answer.
No, he would not answer to a question that I have not
That is
asked.
the answer he has.
My lord, does Mr. Kabega want to cross-examine this witness
That
on
is
our
the
behalf?
answer. Let the doctor finish answering.
No, my lord, what I object to is for me to be diverted from my line specific answer as if you are examining the scene. It is scenario specific. So if it doesn't arise,
My lord, the dead body never lies. You find the cause of death when you examine the dead body. The environment only tells you about circumstances. So the dead body never ever lies when you examine it. So it cannot, the dead body will tell you the cause of death. The environment will only give you the circumstances of the death, my lord. To explain.
How?
Okay.
Just a moment. As a death investigator, if a body has been moved from its original position,
It will affect your findings.
That's right.
You can answer the why or how,
Yeah.
depending on which one you want.
When a body has been moved from the original position where death occurred, one, the will also be so as a forensic pathologist, I'll be able to say this body has been moved from the position where death occurred. But that does not interfere with the cause of death.
Will it interfere with the manner of death?
Yes, it will affect the circumstances of the death.
Please answer the why or how. Okay.
In the case where a body has been moved and it is evident that from the stiffening of the body and from the movement of the bladder, if this body is hung up to simulate
We are not talking of
suicide.
hunger.
No, movement.
Not hanging. Movement,
Yes.
not hanging.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Movement, not hanging. This specific movement, not hanging.
Hanging is movement.
Hanging is
Want to introduce another thing? I will go to hanging.
Yeah. So in this case, you can say with confidence that this person died before the body was hung up.
I am advising you to restrict yourself from movement as opposed to hanging. Hanging is another subject, and I will come there. Movement. You want answers to the movement.
Maybe you could clarify what movement.
The question was, can it affect the manner of death, the circumstances of death? I've said yes, and I'm trying to explain.
I said it can do it when there's a hanging.
Yes.
I've understood, my lord. Just to be clear, I think the answer is it can affect it if there was a hanging and the death was before the hanging. Is that?
One of these days, Mr. Katanga will be called to the witness stand.
I need to understand. After the death.
Supposing,
That's what I wanted to understand.
supposing it is moved to another location which is not hanging.
Yeah, you can tell that this body was moved.
No, in terms of does it affect, will it affect your death investigation? In terms of the manner of death.
My lord, maybe my colleague could clear understand what is manner of death.
My lord, I'm dealing with an expert.
My lord, I need to follow.
Let-
To understand too.
Has the witness understood
But you also may need to understand, what does he mean by manner of death?
I am not here to teach lawyers. Have you understood?
My lord, I'm understanding that of the accused.
I have understood. My issue.
Maybe you can explain what you have understood. No, but my lord, seriously, my lord, seriously, I do need to understand. I think I'm representing the accused person, and I need to understand. When my colleague says manner of death, I need to understand what he means. The fact that I'm ignorant is does he mean manner of death by gunshot, heart attack? What's he talking about? Manner of death. Is that it? Is that it?
My lord, the witness already told us, just on our reason, so please sit down. So my lord, the witness has clarified. He said the cause of death is different from circumstances surrounding the death. Circumstances of the death. So when you use now manner, you have introduced the third name. This is what I recorded, my lord, and he recorded it. He said, sin of crime will affect the circumstances of death, but not the cause of death. And he said, a dead body never lies. It will tell you the cause of death. The sin will tell you the circumstances of death. So the sin is circumstance. Now this third word called manner.
What is that?
So what is that? Is it cause of death or is it circumstances of death? Because the two are different. The cause of death will always be cause of death. Whether you have moved the body to massacre and back. The circumstances will only tell you the circumstances under which this death was caused. But the cause will always remain the same. That's what the witness said.
When he mentioned the hanging, when he used the example of hanging, that clearly was the cause.
Yes. No, the cause was before the hanging.
No, but that was an example used to demonstrate because
No, circumstances is that.
because they say that if the body was hanged up
After the death.
that means that the cause of death was not the
Hanging.
Yes.
So he's combining both circumstance and
So
cause.
now,
It shows
if
you
the
the-
body was moved to another location, that was the next question.
Does it affect the manner of death?
What does that affect?
And my
Yes,
lord,
that's better,
my
my
lord,
lord.
may I request for clarity? Because these objections are not they, first of all, they are time wasting, but also they disturb us. So may I propose, my lord, that doctor be told to be free. If I have asked anything he doesn't understand, let him raise it, as opposed to the lawyers assuming that he has not understood.
No, it's me who didn't understand.
If a lawyer has not understood, my lord, he should write down
No,
and research, because
no.
the person on the witness stand is not counsel. It is the witness, my lord. My lord, I did my part. I read. I cannot be here to read for my land colleagues.
My lord, we are part of this trial. We all need to understand what is going on.
But this one, my lord, I am not going to start interpreting terminology to counsel.
So let us proceed in a manner where the trial can be proceeded.
But not on simple things, which even the dictionary can.
Now, you answer if the body was moved to a new location and the point and it's not dead, that it's not hanging, that it will be.
That's right. My lord, I will be doing a disservice to this court if I didn't explain the difference. Manner of death, cause of death, and circumstances of death.
I am not requiring that now. Yeah, I'm not requiring that. My lord, I'm not here for a class in forensic science. Yeah, cross-examination is specific.
If the body was moved to another location, and the intention was not to simulate the hand, what would the impact?
Yeah,
Impact
of
of what?
course, for me as a forensic pathologist, I would ask myself, why was this body moved?
My question is how it will affect your death investigation. Don't say to yourself another question. How it would affect those questions you can ask yourself. Me, mine is
kino kintu kirakuliye yagamba y'omugenzi baitu okuyako isobola okuhindura omulingo ogwafiiremu kakusangwa omubiri guba guhindurirwe kugira mu kiikaro kugezaho kwolekya nti omuntu ono ayeisire rundi ayenyigira yehanikire tukusobola okuba nikyetegerezebwa hanyuma okuruga mu kurora okukarambira kw'omubiri omulingo omusaayi guba nigusana kiikaro ekyo sobola okwetegereza nogamba nti omuntu ono bamuhanikirege amazire kufa kandi omubiri gw'omugenzi okuhindurwa okuruga mu kiikaro kimu ogaruka mu kiikaro ekindi guwe nga okwekaguzaho wali ebyokufa kibaire asangire ekintu nk'ekyo ekintu okubanza ajja kwekaguza habwaki bakipande kino tikijja kuhindura enfa ekireeterezeho okufa omuntu ogwo kandi kati twetanga kumanya nti wowe ebye biriki ekisira omuntu olundi omulingo omuntu afiiremu
Patient is scenario specific. I want the witness not to speculate. Give a specific answer as if you are examining the scene. And scenario specific. So if it doesn't arise, my lord, the dead body never lies. You find the cause of death when you examine the dead body. The environment, all these things tells you about circumstances. So the dead body never ever lies when you examine it. So you cannot, the dead body will tell you the cause of death. The environment will only give you the circumstances of the death, my lord. Is it your evidence that, as a forensic pathologist, the position of the body is irrelevant to the cause and circumstances of death? Many times it is. If you are perceived and there is evidence that the body has been shifted from the original position to another answer. I'm not saying that in this case it was. Please, mine is a general question. Would that affect your findings as the death investigator? Yes, it will affect my finding. How will it affect? Or why would it affect? Yeah. My lord, the best scenario I can give you. No, I want to explain how. Okay.
Just a minute. As a death investigator, the body has been moved from its original position.
It will affect your findings.
That's
You
right.
can answer the why or how.
Yeah.
Depending on which one you want.
When a body has been moved from the original position where death occurred, one, the stiffening of the body will be abnormal.
Just press it up. Just press it up. Yeah. Just hold it. That's it. Two, the gravitation of the blood will also be affected. Yes. So, as a forensic pathologist, I'll be able to say this body has been moved from the position where death occurred. But that does not interfere with the cause of death. Will it interfere with the manner of death? Yes, it will affect the circumstances of the death. Please answer the why or how again. In the case where a body has been moved and it is evident that from the stiffening of the body and from the movement of blood after death, if this body is hung down to simulate. We are not also saying that movement is hanging. Yes, not hanging. That's what I'm trying to make. Not hanging. Be specific. Movement, not hanging. Hanging is not introduced another thing. I will go to hanging. Yeah. So in this case, you can say with confidence that this person died before the body was hung down. I am advising you to restrict yourself to movement as opposed to hanging. Hanging is another subject, and I will come there if it needs to. Movement. You want answers to the movement. My Lord, the question was, can it affect the manner of death, the circumstances of death? I have said yes, and I'm going to explain. Yes. Just to be clear, everyone says can affect it if there was a hanging and the death was before the hanging. And one of these days, Mr. Katanga will be called to the witness stand.
If this body is hung up to simulate a suicide, you can say that this body was hung up after the death.
In that case of hanging, yes. Supposing it is moved to another location which is not hanging. You can tell that this body was moved. No, in terms of does it affect, will it affect your death investigation? In terms of the manner of death. I'm very important to understand what is manner of death. Now what I'm dealing with an expert.
Has the witness understood?
Well, that's what we need to understand. What does it mean by manner of death?
Has the witness understood?
Have you understood? My Lord, I have understood. My issue is whether he has understood what he's asking. I need to understand. I think I'm representing the future person. I need to understand. This is manner of death. I need to understand. What he means, I know that I'm ignorant does it mean man of death by gunshot, heart attack? What's he talking about?
He is asked about what manner of death is possible.
No. So my Lord, the witness has clarified. He said the cause of death is different from circumstances surrounding the death. circumstances of the death. So when you use now manner, you have introduced a family. This is what I am quoting my Lord, and he quoted it. He said, sin of crime will affect the circumstances of death, but not the cause of death. And he said, a dead body is alive. It will tell you the cause of death. The sin will tell you the circumstances of death. So the sin is circumstance. Now, this is why we call the manner. So what is that? Is it cause of death or is it circumstances of death? Because the two are different. The cause of death, the where is because of death. Whether you have moved the baby to the front and the back. The circumstances will only tell you the circumstances under which this death was caused. But the cause of death is remain the same. So that's what we need to say.
When you mentioned the hanging, when we used the example of hanging, that clearly was the cause of death. Yes.
So I thought it was before the hanging.
No, but that was an example used to demonstrate the cause of death. Because they say that if the body was hung back after the death, that means that the cause of death was not the hanging. The person died before the hanging. So now, if the body was moved to another location, that was the next question.
And that's not the manner of death.
What does that affect?
And my Lord's message, my own request for clarity, but these objections are not what they, first of all, they are kindness thing, but also they regard us. So may I propose, my Lord, that doctor be told that to be free, if I have asked anything he doesn't understand, let him raise it, as opposed to the lawyers assuming that he has not understood. If a lawyer has not understood, my Lord, you should write down and research, because the person on the witness stand is not counsel. It is the witness, my Lord. My Lord, I did my facts, I read, I cannot be here to read for my land colleagues. My Lord, we are part of this
to ask for clarification where it is
that is going on. But this time, my Lord, I am not going to start interpreting scientific terminology to counsel.
So let us proceed in a manner where the trial can be followed, but everybody needs to follow.
But you know, you say that
Yes. After the death.
Yes.
Now you answer if the body was moved to a location and the cause, and it is not death that is, it's not hanging that is killing.
That's right. My Lord, I would be doing a disservice to this court if I didn't explain the difference between manner of death, cause of death, and circumstances of death.
I am not requiring that now, Doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not requiring that. My Lord, I'm not here for a class in forensic science.
We are wasting
Yeah,
time.
perfect definition is necessary.
If the body was moved to another location, and the attention was moved to simulate the hanging, what would be it?
Yeah, of course, for me as a forensic pathologist, I would ask myself, why was this baby moved?
My question is how it will affect your death investigation. Don't state yourself another question, Doctor, please.
My
How
Lord,
it will affect those questions you can ask yourself. Your mind is
Objection. I did not hang. Objection. I did not hang. I will ask myself why
that's right.
it would not affect the person.
That's right.
and then you added that yours is cause of death and not what? Not manner of death.
Do not say that. And I want to, why I'm objecting to the man of death, my Lord? It's not a death, it's associated with homicide, a suicide, or an accident.
I know.
That's the meaning of that term.
I should correct my very confusing because once you're not to program this witness, my Lord, I know exactly what Mr. Katanga is doing.
Mr.
We object, my Lord.
Mr. Kalwanda, the witness has ended there. I will not, it will not affect the cause of death. What else did you say?
You said yours is as cause of death as opposed to, please, just go on that, otherwise we go on that transcript.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to repeat what you said.
Thank you, Mr. Can you get the transcript, Mr. Ventias? Thank you. He ended that. It is not
Yes, that's what we want.
Yes.
Yes, cause of death. Cause of death, my lord. That's actually what I have here. Oh, yes.
Hey,
Couldn't add anything.
yours is cause of death.
That's right.
How about the manner of death? The manner or circumstance?
My lord, the cause of death is often related with the man of death.
How about the circumstances of death? You also
The
investigate.
circumstances of death is actually the man of death.
There are two scenarios here. And I will use my Lord the example of gunshot wounds. By cause of death, you establish that the person X died as a result of the gunshot.
That's right, my lord.
By manner of death or circumstance of death, you are establishing whether the person was killed or he killed himself.
That's right, my lord.
So the cause and circumstances of death are not one and the same. Now that we are sure you investigate cause of death, is it also in your calling, professional calling, to investigate the circumstances of death? Yes or no?
Yes.
So you can't run away from issues of circumstances of death.
I will not run away from them.
There's something called also in your profession called the self-victimization. Are you familiar with that subject?
No, I'm not.
How about false victimization? It's a common subject in pathology. Therapeutic, you know it or not?
That's, I don't know it.
What the two mean?
He doesn't know it, can he?
In fact, scenarios where
No, I'm sorry, but if the witness doesn't know about it,
I'm now
I need to
letting
be
him
asked
know.
about it.
I'm now letting him know what they mean.
Yeah, because my lord, now it's evidence. Is he not giving evidence? By providing definitions from the back.
My Lord, it's not uncommon for me to break down the terminology for the doctor. He can still say that he doesn't understand what it is. Doctor, by self or false victimization, I mean scenarios where evidence is either fabricated or exaggerated by participants in a crime to create an untrue scenario. Do you now understand what it is?
That is not so. all it was.
Self-victimization, which is also called false victimization.
My Lord, I'm not sure. Is this evidence from the bar? Because the witness had already said he doesn't know these terms. When my colleague now provides definitions for them, and he claims it's pathology, my Lord, I want to object that he's really testifying.
My Lord, this is pathology,
Evidence,
but this expert can tell this court that is not familiar with this subject.
He already said.
No. Now I have offered an explanation. I want to probe him further whether he now understands it or is he still green about this subject.
Now beginning to understand, but it's not common in pathology.
It is not common, but it's part of pathology.
No, I'm hearing it for the first time.
Then you can't understand it.
I'm just hearing it for the first time.
Evidence is either fabricated
In your
or
case,
fabricated.
can I proceed? In your death investigations, you are trained, are you not?
That's right, we are trained.
First of his trained.
Okay.
You are trained to assess whether or not, for example, when it comes to examination of injuries, whether the injuries were superficial, self-inflicted, or caused by an aggressor, whether they are defensive, whether they are the manner of injury. Is that also something you are hearing about for the first time today?
No. Injuries, that's not forensic pathology at all.
So are you familiar with the subject of wound staging?
Yes.
In wound staging, you as experts examine injuries to see whether they are self-inflicted, in other words, whether they are superficial, non-lethal, lacking in signs of struggle, etc. You possess that expertise.
My Lord,
You trained in that.
my Lord, the jargons that counsel use are not right. What you say now, as a forensic pathologist, I stand here to say he is misleading court.
His evidence is false. He's exaggerating. His testimony. His testimony.
What terms are not here in pathology?
You're misleading.
You see, first of all, we talk about types of wounds, different types of wounds. Number two, then we can talk about are these wounds self-inflicted or not? That's a different subject.
So what is misleading in my life?
Or is it in pathology?
Yes, it is forensic pathology.
The times you use that are not right.
What he's doing, he's just making a catalogue of everything.
Wound staging, superficial.
Yes. Wound staging, for instance.
Superficial.
I've never heard of wound staging.
It's there in Waka's house.
But what? They describe them very well. You describe what type of wound it is, which part of the body this wound is, the size of this wound, whether it is contaminated or not. All that is wound, and many more. For instance, how old this wound is, the age. Those are the things we need to know.
In other words, you do wound analysis.
Yes. In a layman's language.
Just let you know that after wound analysis is wound staging as well. but I can use whichever term you are familiar
Is that evidence?
So in wound analysis, you are competent to examine whether the wounds are superficial.
That's right.
Self-inflicted.
That's right.
Defensive wounds.
That's right.
Non-lethal.
That's right.
Lacking in signs of struggle.
That is what?
Lacking in signs of struggle.
Lacking is.
That's the direct opposite of defensive.
Oh. Okay.
You want to refresh your mind on your science. Correct or not?
Those are not common. That's not your common mistake.
Yeah, but I'm not here only to talk about what you do. I'm talking about general.
That's not how whether a defensive rules or not, it's a simple step.
I can tell you, not only take your receiver,
Okay.
provided it's in your area of expertise.
Oh, okay.
So, my lord, it's whether they are defensive wounds or not is the correct phraseology?
In other words, you are trained in the subject of victimology. That's something you are familiar with.
No, I am not.
You are not. You don't know so much about
Victimology, no?
this, that it doesn't exist or that you don't know.
I don't know.
Fair enough. But you know and you are trained to forensically study wounds in relation to victim traits. Are you?
Wounds are
Yes.
defensive.
And in this regard, you are trained to study the behavior of the so-called victims in order to understand their interaction with the supposed offender. Do you?
No, that one I don't know.
You never studied that.
No, that's a
It's
mistake.
not because
So the skill which you possess now, you are not, does not help you to determine if the crime is opportunistic or staged. You don't possess that expert. Do you?
If it is,
Optimistic or staged?
What's that?
what's that number? I don't know.
I know you don't. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm trying
It's
to ask.
okay not to know. I am telling you here, my lord, he says he does not possess the skills to determine whether the wounds in a crime are optimistic, from opportunity, or staged.
No, my lord,
The
the
crime,
question,
the crime.
no, my lord, the question was not the wounds, the
Was the
question
crime.
was the crime.
The crime.
Whether the crime
Was
is
opportunistic
opportunistic
or staged.
or staged.
I beg your pardon.
And the difference between those two words in English, my lord, is the same.
I beg your pardon. my
The
lord.
distinction
That's
about
what I
it is
said.
not about the wound, it's the crime.
Can we say the crime? The wounds in a crime. The wounds in relation to a crime. We are dealing with crime investigation. So if you want now to, with the correction from my land brother, you want to change your answer? You do not possess skills to determine whether the wounds in a crime are optimistic or staged.
No, my lord, the distinction, my lord, has to be made clear to us because, in my understanding, that's the same thing. Are those two different things? Opportunistic
I
and
can
staged?
confidently tell this court that the understanding of my colleague is wrong. Let the witness answer my question.
I need clarification. No, I don't.
The difference between an
No, I want you
opportunistic
to
and a
understand
staged.
from what I have said, I have asked.
Rules opportunistic.
Optimistic.
Or staged. I don't understand.
You don't know. It's still fair enough. You see, I am taking you to an area because of your big CV that you put in this court.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know, it's okay.
Yeah, that's what I don't know.
If you want an answer,
No, that is exactly what I was doing to explain, and the defense objected.
No.
I was breaking down the things the defense says I should not submit. So do they now accept that I can break down for their witness?
No, my lord, he can't testify. Yes, his question should be clear. So where his question is opportunistic and staged, that someone is being opportunistic and someone has staged.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, that's okay.
So you are not in position, to be fair, with the skills that you possess today, to distinguish between what is true and what is false in relation to wounds of subjects of crime.
My lord, that's a totally different question.
My lord, that question is different. That's why I'm asking it now and not before. So please answer the question.
I know about rules.
Now, thank you. Even my, you say my judge appeared. Even my judge knows about the wounds. But now I am asking about his professional skills as a forensic pathologist to distinguish between what is true and what is false in relation to wounds of subjects of crime. It is okay to know, it is okay not. Please, do you possess those skills?
What skills? Sorry, my lord, maybe I didn't get it.
The distinction between what is true and false claims in relation to wounds.
Okay.
Doctor, do you know or you don't know?
I know about rules.
Not this particular ones.
I know about what is true about rules. But what is false about rules?
You don't know.
Still, it's a concept I'm trying to grapple with.
That's okay.
The different kinds of rules.
And what is true about them?
But
Yeah, and what is true about them is
But you can't tell whether they are true or false in relation to crime, specific crimes.
my lord, I wish us to be more specific.
What is not specific in this question?
My lord, it's not clear what a false wound is, for example. What's a false wound?
Counsel, you are not the one answering.
No, but my lord, you need to follow.
I know you can't exercise courtesy.
My lord, you need to follow. How is a wound false?
My lord, with due respect.
It is a wound.
Yeah.
And you can only get it from him. Doctor, what don't you understand?
My lord, for instance,
That question of what don't you understand? For example,
I know true rules. Yes.
Is it the false rules that you then make?
Yes, precisely. The so-called false rules.
Yes.
okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Now let me break it down.
False wounds are not wrong.
In forensic pathology,
My lord.
individuals who commit violent crimes may, in their minds, carry a sense of self-victimization. And in some scenarios, they can inflict wounds on themselves to create a perception. And my instruction is that for you as an expert, you are trained to study the scenario and establish whether these wounds were naturally occasioned on the so-called victim of crime or they are stage managed. You either possess that skill or you don't, and you move. Have you now understood me?
Yes, I've understood you.
Do you possess that skill?
No, I don't.
What's the name of the skill? The one the headquarters recorded as the skill. The skill of false wounds. That's not what you said. No, my lord. No, my lord.
Can you explain that false wounds are wounds that are inflicted either that victim something?
No, my lord. That is counsel.
No,
That's counsel.
that is what they.
No,
But
no.
that was what it is.
Yeah, my lord, as far as self-inflicted wounds are concerned, I know them. Wounds that are self-inflicted, I know. Wounds that are inflicted by somebody else, I know. But the concept is breaking, I don't understand.
Of a false wound.
Yes.
The whole concept, my lord, of a false wound.
But you explained false. What did you explain as a false? I thought false wound is
Not a
his
wound.
explanation
It's not a wound.
as self-inflicted.
No.
My lord, you got me.
No, then my lord, he wasn't clear because even me.
That is what he explained here.
Because my lord, self-infliction is different from false. What he explained as a false wound, it's called it a staged wound. That a victim who knows they are feeling guilty can then go and wound themselves. That there's a specific type of pathology, of victimology, of false wounds. So that one he doesn't know. But my lord, the question of whether a wound is self-inflicted or inflicted by another person is a totally different factual question.
And the witness has said
You will
he knows
tell us
And the witness has told us that he knows
the
the
difference.
You will tell us that when you are
Let's
testifying.
record that.
Yes. That you can distinguish
between genuinely caused wounds
between
and
inflicted.
self-inflicted.
Yes. That one he has said.
Yes.
So that's what.
That's fair. Let's record that.
Well, that's because what we were worried about, my lord, was that recording of saying he cannot identify self-inflicted wounds.
But my lord, if he said so,
He did say
Because
so.
he said, I cannot tell what is true or false about wounds infliction. I possess the skill to distinguish between genuinely caused wounds and self-inflicted.
Yes.
That's good. That's good.
Yes. My lord, what is not genuine about the self-inflicted wound?
The final recording is good.
Okay, because the recording that is good to distinguish what are different types of wounds and what is true about them. But I cannot tell what is true or false about the infliction. Then I do possess the skill to distinguish between genuine caused wounds and self-inflicted wounds. That is after your explanation of what false wounds.
so you have the skill, do you?
That's right.
In your training, can false wounds be caused through surgical procedures?
Are we using the term
Could you say self-inflicted?
One understand, please take it as such. One understand.
Yes.
If there can't be false wounds except if they are inflicted.
Yes, exactly. Yes, yes. You do makeup and put tomato. It means the wound is false. Yes, yes. Yes.
There is no confusion. It is you who is confused.
He read badly. No, he's not easy to coach.
Be done through surgical procedures very strong.
Can it or it cannot?
Because I don't know this very good my experience.
Your report has cited a lot of.
He has said no. He has answered. He has answered.
My Lord, can we have a bit of silence from the defense?
Can we let the
Because
witness
we got over this heckling some time back.
Okay.
And if we can restrain the better.
So, we do not know if self-inflicted wounds can be caused by surgical means.
No, he didn't say it would be strained. He said it
We don't know.
He said, my lady, he said it would be strained.
Surgical
I have
procedure.
not come across.
He said it would be strained.
Have you come across any self-inflicted wound in criminal investigations?
Oh, yes.
In what scenario?
Like this one.
There is surgical blade.
And that is how it's
In children, I've seen in children who inflict wounds on themselves, either because of psychological stress or to gain a benefit. It can also happen to be self-inflicted.
Gain a benefit.
And what?
Gain a benefit.
That's right.
What benefit?
No, for instance, if a child wants to move away from something, yeah.
Does that apply to adults?
Rare. I have not had much experience, but I've not seen it.
As a doctor, is surgical procedure capable of causing what we have now agreed is self-inflicted wounds on the suspect of crime?
That you guys surgery on yourself to simulate crime. I've never seen that. Somebody doing surgery on himself, maybe giving himself anesthesia, and then causing injury to himself. I've never experienced that.
Have you experienced surgical procedure with the help of a third party?
On myself?
On a suspect of crime. Remember the subject?
Yeah.
Self-inflicted wounds in order to cause a scenario.
My lady, all my experience,
Never.
I have not seen this.
You've not seen it.
No.
Have you read about its existence?
No, I have not read.
And you've not heard about it?
For the first time from you.
He's the author.
Look, I will leave it at that because this court can read this court. And get your expertise as well. An expert of your field. Not my Lord, the interpretation.
Nomuno y'okwetegereza ekizira omuntu baitu watali omuntu afiirata baitu bino n'ebiro obwingi ekizira omuntu omulimu ng'afiiremu biba nibisalirizibwa kandi kasangwa omuntu asangwa omuntu aba aina ebihooya ebyamasasi kiba nikimanyisa kandi baseruliriza okwetegereza nti omuntu ono afiire eisasi baitu okufa omulingo gw'omuntu afiiremu nebibaireho naafa tibikwisana biri bintu bibiri ebikwawukana kandi wekadakisaali okwekozesaho byokufa aina obutendeke okwetegereza omulingo gw'omuntu afiiremu kandi talina kumanyira kwona kwebihooya ebyo omuntu akusobola kuba ayiteireho wewenka omukwekabuliriza kuno okufa alina obutendeke okwetegereza nti ebihooya ebiri hali omuntu namunomuno akukabulizibwa akutebezebwa kuba akozere omusango gw'okwita biraba biri byamazima lundi biraba bitali byamazima abitiriho beteekaho olundi obiraba biri byokwerinda olundi byokwetangira obutanjwa baitu yatumanyire nti omuntu asobola we wenyini weteekaho ekihooya atalina kyabaire kandi omubino betegereza ebihooya bino birabako biri nibyo lundi biraba bikozebwa okukolwamu okulola nti balina ekibakutungamu kandi betegereza nti obukooto luno obugazi bw'ekihooya n'obusumi obutumaze hali omubiri gw'omuntu n'ebintu ebingi muno bikwatagana abihooya okuliriza kuno bakusobola kwetegereza ekyoya kya mulingo ki kikozebwa okukolwaho olundi omuntu akitungire mu kwerinda olundi ki kandi alina obutendeke mu byokwetegereza bingi muno baitu tamanyire nti kino ekintu kyomuntu okuteekaho ekihooya nakyo kivamu alina obutendeke okwetegereza lundi okusoma ebihooya ebyabakozi b'emisango baitu ahatali okwetegereza omulingo gw'ebihooya obirimu kandi tatumanyire nti bisobola kuba biri byolukisagisa lundi bishobora kuba biteireho okuteekwaho kandi tatumanyire okumanya nti kisobola kubayo nti omuntu asobola kuteekaho ekihooya baitu kino kibaho lundi omubaana bakusangwa abaine ekyakwenda kutunga lundi aine ekyakusera lundi aine ekikaro ekyakwenda kurugamu akusobola kwesala lundi nakawembe lwasobola kumuwangulira ariko mu bantu bakulu tatumanyire nguki kibayo kandi takalolaga omuntu weena akwesemeza nayeteekaho ebihooya olundi akubonyerwaho omuntu oli weena ekyo kintu ekyabulirire esaaha zino hano halaali okuruga hali omunyonateeka
just confirm that in this case you never undertook
any instructions or activity in relation to this subject.
That's not right.
What is not right?
That I did not get any instructions.
What is right?
I got instructions to interpret the injuries that they lived in the Katanga court as presented with the postmortem report. And the most essential thing about that postmortem report were wounds.
Report instructions in relation to Katanga. Did you get any instructions in relation to Mole Katanga, their clients?
No, I did not.
You were never instructed to do anything in relation to her own wounds, correct?
No, I did not.
Thank you. But you confirm that as a pathologist, your expertise is not restricted to wounds of dead bodies, but wounds of persons involved in crime.
Injured persons.
Injured persons, thank you.
That's
Injured persons. Not just dead bodies.
no, not those. Sorry.
Now, just two questions before we break for lunch break. In your introduction here, in your CV, you presented yourself as an author of 2 books.
That's right.
One of the books was The Heart Soothes.
That's right, my lord.
My Lord, on The Heart Soothes, we just want you to confirm that this particular book, Heart Soothes, is not connected to the subject of forensic pathology at all.
No, my lord, it is not.
It's a love story between, I think,
It's a literature text.
literature textbook talking about love between 2 university students.
That's right. Yeah.
So this one I put.
You may need it.
That is very good. My road will take a lunch break. Mwaganya needs the book. Needs to read it.
And yet if you don't have it, I can give
No,
it.
you need it. I am done. I'm settled. The one who is still running around.
Okay, yeah.
Don't put it aside.
The second book is this one, Medicine and the Law.
That's right, my lord.
It is a collection of your newspaper articles that you had written over time. So it's a compilation of your newspaper publications.
That's right, my lord.
Which are principally your personal opinions. Do they represent your personal view or perceptions? Perceptions.
In some aspects, yes.
And these newspaper articles, as reflected in this book, are not peer reviewed.
No, they are not peer reviewed.
Neither is the book itself. After compilation, not peer reviewed.
My Lord,
You are doing well by answering specific.
a number of people reviewed the book, my Lord. A number of people behind the book, you can check back. A number of people reviewed this book, my Lord. And they made comments. You can get behind the book.
Peer reviewed. And you know exactly what I did.
That's right, my Lord.
It was written by article of preaching in the
Yes.
books of peer review.
That's right, my Lord.
We are going to give court this book, so tell us who will peer reviewed what.
I need a copy. We read it.
Yeah, my Lord, this book was reviewed by a renowned professor of forensic medicine, renowned worldwide, Professor Michael Polanyi, the chief forensic pathologist of Ontario, Canada.
Professor who?
Professor Michael Polanyi.
Spell?
Michael
No, Polanyi.
Polanyi.
Spell.
Pollenen. Yeah. Polanyi. Nen.
We can read directly. Is that at the back of the book?
Yeah, my Lord, this book was also reviewed by his boss, Michael Wamasebo. The DPP, he was in the DPP. He was assistant director of public prosecutions. Michael Wamasebo.
You retired.
I know my bosses. If you can speak to yourself to what is in your knowledge.
He's senior.
Okay. A senior prosecutor.
I
It
know.
was reviewed by a senior prosecutor.
I know my bosses. Don't have fake bosses.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. So the assistant director of public prosecutions in charge of special duties also reviewed this.
Are you done?
Those are part of the reviews.
Any of these combination of your newspaper applications stuff. Even the lawyers that purported to review your materials, they never published or very quick published this on any legal journal. Because we are seeing your science book reviewed by lawyers. Was it published in any renowned legal journal?
No.
Just wanted to confirm that. Nothing in this book, no article, was published in relation to forensic pathology. Peer reviewed, published by a renowned scientific journal of forensic pathology.
It was not meant to be, my Lord.
It was not known. Now we are up.
But what's the answer?
It was not meant to be. No.
But let's come to you as an individual. I don't forget about this book that prosecutor forwarded.
International Forensic Pathology.
Let's come now to you generally as an individual. Have you published any peer-reviewed journal on forensic pathology anywhere in the world?
Yes, my lord.
Which one?
I have 6 publications.
Doctor, which one?
I have my phone.
We always have forensic pathology.
That's right, my lord.
What is the first?
Reach to them.
Katanga okuragira ebiragiro okusoboora ebihuta ebyabaire hali omugenzi Henry okurugiirira omukihandiiko ekyakozerwe ekiteebwa abakulu kandi obwakaisi bukulu muno bwabaireho bikaba bihooya byabaire hamubiri baitu atafune kuragirwa kwona okukora ekintu kyona ali mole kandi omuntu talina ekyamukozereho kyona kandi ali muhandiiki w'ebitabo biri nka bibiri ebimanyirwe hano ekimu nikyo ekyeserwe ekitabo ekyokusisiriza emitima n'ekindi ekikwata hali ebibazi ebiragiro n'omuntu kino ebyahandikire okuruga mu bintu ebyo nasoloroza nahandika omu mahurre ebyasoloreze yateekamu byakora ekitabu ekitwina saaha zino ekikwetaba eky'emibazi omuntu n'amateeka baitu kandi ekitabo kino kagalukwamu abantu baingi ahali omukulu akusingira kimu ali mu nsi ezaheeru omukulu Michael Onani kandi n'abantu abandi nk'okwazze n'abatugambira wenka omuntu ebintu bino byona tibina hali bihandikirwe mu mpapula ruli mu bitabu ebikulu muno ebyabadakitaali lundi ebitabu ebikulu muno ebyabamateeka kandi obwo bali bamu ali abagalukira mu ekitabu kino kandi wenka omuntu ayina ebihandiko bingi ebyakozere biri nka 6 ebyarugiyo ebyakuserura saa zino twolekya
What is the first? My Lord, if you can give us his scientific which he says a scientific publication
Yes.
on pathology,
Yes.
then we will request for a lunch break and come back for our final segment. We will also go specifically
Yes.
what we think he says is important.
Now, my lord,
The first,
no, the latest first. We start with the
I
latest.
don't mind which order you prefer. Give us number 1.
Forensic science, medicine and pathology. title is Sudden Unexpected Death in Epilepsy in Africa. Accepted on 22nd December 2025. Accepted on 22nd December 2025.
I've read this article on nodding diseases. Right?
Yes.
Epilepsy.
Oh, epilepsy.
The one of
Sudden and unexpected death in epilepsy in Africa.
It's on component of nodding disease.
That's right. Okay.
So you say you need time for this one?
Yeah, but
Mention
it's
that.
forensic science. Huh?
Okay, now let me say the court's record. Forensic pathology in respect of gunshot wounds.
Oh, I'm going to carry that complications. For that particular officer.
My lord, he has written a number on nodding diseases.
Just
So
stop
I
testifying.
want-
No, no, you should stop testifying. Don't give us facts, Mr. Morgan. Facts are for witnesses. Don't give information to the court. Let it come to the witness.
I have already established.
Yeah.
So apart from Dr. Ojo, apart from your work on nodding diseases, you do not have any published research on the aspect of forensic pathology regarding homicides or gunshot wounds.
No,
You have none.
That's right, published in the forensic journal on homicides.
ambayo hata zile zile
Okay, now you save us a lot of time. And that's it.
Nekusembeleyo kuti taina tandikuchiona ekitatugeziwewo mukitakukiona ekyakutokakuzawo kwambafu kandi na muno muno ekikwata hali ebikoya byemundu.
It's